Okay, guys. Hey, welcome to week 8. So, if you're watching this, you should have just gotten done, probably finished up with week 7, and maybe you have a couple things left as far as a chapter 10 review and maybe some kind of a lab and homework or whatnot. But congratulations so far. You really need to be proud of yourself for getting far as you have. Um, really, I don't know. Maybe this comes across better or worse, but just trying to be more personal with you and maybe talk you through what's coming up for the next couple of weeks. We have a spring break coming up in 2 weeks, so we have 2 weeks to talk about until then. Things should start to level out a little bit, get more simplified, but that doesn't mean things will get easier. It just we're trying to focus on some harder topics, so we're not going to seem to go as fast. Only do 2-3 sections, probably a week or going forward. And I don't know what you guys think of my little starship here, but or the Falcon, but yeah, I'm a little geeky when it comes to that. So I'm just trying to mess around, have some fun while I do this. But I know I don't do it all the time, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming up. So we've already done all these weeks, and we can shut these down. And we should have just concluded week 7. Make sure again to pay attention to the due dates. And really, what I need to tell you is in the next couple of weeks, we are going to, gosh, I'm trying to not be so long winded, review in section 11.3. That review will be for the review for my math lab. And then in the latter part of this week, we're going to start having a video or some instruction where we're going to connect everything that we've been doing so far for quadratic functions to more real life stuff. And that translates to word problems and people get scared. But it's real important to be able to connect this to real life things such as, I don't know if you're working for a business like Starbucks and how, I don't know, what do I need to do to maximize my profits? That's a parabolic form sometimes. If you shoot a bullet, if you drop something off a cliff, if you're in a, I don't know, the space station, for instance, you might have a parabolic function or some kind of a quadratic function. So be careful. Make sure you watch these. It doesn't look like there's much this week, but there's very important stuff kind of nestled in here where, again, the first couple of days I'm asking you to review, but the second one, I'm going to ask you to do your third lab, which is very similar to the contextualized lab you guys did the first round. So I'm going to ask you to do a lab, and again, just follow the directions. Won't seem any different. The video and the instruction will be on one link, and the assignment will be here. And again, you guys can explore those later. You will be required, and it will be mandatory to use a graphing calculator. So if you still need a link, you can look it up on ti84.com. They're free there for 90 days. Or you can go pick one up from LMC. But do it now because next week we will have a midterm that requires the use of a calculator too. No ifs, ands, or buts, okay? And waiting to the last minute saying they don't have them, that's not going to be a reason you just won't have one. So uh, anyway, so this week here, week 8, if you're following along, I'm going to ask you again to review for my math lab, and then you can follow the lab assignment. The cool thing with the lab assignment again is all you have to do to turn it in is turn it in by Sunday. Oh, I'm not sure what the deadline date is. Actually, Sunday, you'll have to look. It looks like the 21st. But all you have to do is fill in a problem with any answer. It doesn't matter if it's true or false, or if it's a Emancipation Proclamation. Just let me know you looked at it, that you wrote something in. And on Sunday, if the due date I think is like 9 o'clock, 9:05, an announcement will come out and pop up all the answers for you. So what I'm going to ask you to do at that point is review not only the answers from that lab assignment, but here in week 9. Okay. So before I get going for week 9, again, this is one more week out. So that's our first week. Week 2, you're going to have, and this is unusual just because I got some circumstances on my end going on, and I have to be in a bunch of meetings on campus all week. Your second exam is going to be a take-home exam, which means you're going to have 2 complete days to do it. If you look down here, they're not live yet, but they will be by the time you're watching this video. So things might look a little different when you see them, but again, it's because I'm still working on a couple things. But your take-home exam is going to be available Wednesday morning, 12 in the morning. That thing's going to pop open. So as soon as midnight hits after Tuesday, Wednesday morning, it'll pop open. You'll have all day Wednesday. all day Thursday. And then at Thursday night at 11:59, it'll lock you out no matter what. So let me be a little harsh here. If you wait, or it's just more convenient, or you procrastinate like I do till 9 o'clock, let's say you have to work on Wednesday and Thursday, and you say, oh, I'll just, hopefully I can take it in 2 hours. I'll start at 10 o'clock on Thursday night. If your Zoom goes down, or somebody gets sick, or I don't know, you lost your calculator, or your computer goes on the fritz, there won't be any way for me to give, because this is a take home and you have 2 full days to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I almost, if I were you, would make sure you took it on that Wednesday. That way, if there's problems, you can go to a friend's house on Thursday or find a different way to do it, so that there's no reason for you not to submit something. And if you're given this amount of time to do it, my guess is that you'll be able to find somewhere or work with somebody, or do something to get a real high score in the second midterm here. One stipulation with that is I've already told people, and that week I will remind everybody in the math lab, they cannot help you answer any of the questions on the midterm. So you'll have to find another resource, or look in this review section, which I'll talk about in a minute. So again, this is 2 weeks ahead of time. Your midterm for exam 2 will be Wednesday the 24th or the 25th. You have 2 full days to complete it, before work, after work, up to you. Okay. More about that will come next week. I don't know, maybe next week during week 9 Monday or something. I'll hop on. You know, I'm always on Zoom on Mondays, and I'll make another announcement, or you guys can all join me or something. We can talk together about whatever it is you need. Okay. So far, what you should take out of this whole video is this week we are reviewing my math lab the first couple days, and word problems and a lab assignment the second couple days. The assignment again will be due on Sunday. The answers will come out 5 minutes after the due date. Please check them. And of course, we can always talk on the next day in math lab, and plan on doing that. I'll be available at 9 in the morning. How do you review for your midterm? Get ahead. Check this link out. There's a ton in here. If you're wondering what the sections will be on, it'll be all these 9, everything we've done since the last exam, and these problems. And there's more of everything in here. So as I click on it, notice there's more instructions on the take-home exam. But more specifically, there's 3 different things I'd like you to do, or if I were you, I was telling my best friend, hey, study for it this way. First, I'd study the mechanics. There's a practice exam and a formula sheet and answers for you. The second one will be word problems. I don't have those up yet, but some more word problems with, or contextualized problems, just more examples. And those will be there for you. And then the third way to study for this thing, because there's going to be a quadratic regression question on the exam. For sure, it's going to take up a whole page. So if you didn't get it, there'll be some mention of a quadratic regression this week, towards the back end, like in the last half of this week. But if you missed it or want some more on it, there'll be a video instruction on how to do it. I've done another regression example for you, and down here another regression, but you won't be able to do them without a graphing calculator. So that's why I'm making a point to mention it to you now, 2 weeks ahead of time, before you even get to the midterm. Okay. So again, I will shoot out another video on Monday. Well, not this Monday, but maybe right before the test that week of. But I just wanted to kind of give you the lowdown and say hello, and say, hey, we have 2 weeks here till spring break comes up. And like that, once that happens, then we're coasting. Because after spring break, you'll notice some of it's already up. We're just going to coast and have one more chapter on exponentials and logs and some word problems, and we'll be done. Okay. So good talking to you, or talking and sharing to you or with you. And if you have any questions, I won't be around on the weekend, but get a hold of me or Monday on something, and hold your test questions for now, because another video will come out with more details. But before you ask, please read this review section here on what's coming and what to expect in the midterm. Okay. Okay. Until then, take care, and we'll see you soon.